Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. The primary goal of my YouTube channel is to make home cooking sustainable. Now, that is not easy at all because there are too many other options and alternatives to home cooking. First, there are fast and processed food that you can select from your refrigerator and freezer anytime you want. If you want something a little bit more, you can visit fast food restaurants. But if you want something that is more elaborate, there are many different restaurants that you can choose from, even if you live in a rural community. So why are still people like me who want to do home cooking? For me, I have three reasons. Number one is that home cooking is the best way for me to eat a healthy diet, that I can control my calorie uptake, I can eat food rich in nutritional value. Number two, home cooking is essential for creating the type of food that I enjoy. It will provide greater diversity, more interesting, and better flavor. And finally, home cooking is also a lot of fun. It is one of those activities, once you master the basics, it gives you a lot of opportunity to be creative, innovative, and exploratory. In order for home cooking to be sustainable, it must be able to compete successfully against fast and processed food. There are three factors that are involved. First is that when you come to home cooking, it should be comparable in time in preparing a meal against, say, getting fast and processed food ready. Secondly, home cooking should be more interesting, should be more flavorful, and with greater diversity. And finally, home cooking should provide unique dishes that could not be replaced or substituted by fast and processed food. In traditional home cooking, most meals are cooked independently. That will start with prepping the material, followed by cooking. And this usually takes 45 minutes to about 2 hours. In a modern lifestyle, this kind of time is no longer available to most families when they do not have a dedicated person to do the cooking. So consequently, a new approach in home cooking is necessary to make sure that the efficiency and practicality that could be adjusted to the modern lifestyle. I developed a fast cooking system to make accommodation to the modern lifestyle to be practical and efficient. And the word fast is the four attribute of this cooking system, which stand for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. And with this cooking system, you can cook a meal from scratch using fresh and minimum amount of processed food in less than 30 minutes from start to finish. Furthermore, the fast cooking system will provide you with unparalleled flexibility, reducing your food waste, extending your food budget, and maximize the health benefit of your food. One important attribute of the fast cooking system is flavor chasing. This will allow you to continue to improve your cooking, create the type of flavor that you enjoy, and ultimately you will become your very best cook. Nobody can cook better for you because you know exactly how you like your food. In this video, I would like to demonstrate to you the process of flavor chasing, how I have created a perfect fried rice dish for me, which is unique because nobody cooks the fried rice like this. By using 6 eggs to cook this fried rice dish, I want the egg to have a strong presence in the fried rice. Also, by seasoning the egg, this will allow the egg to stand out more in the fried rice. I first cooked egg in my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. I seasoned the wok using my spot seasoning method to create a non-stick cook surface. If you want to learn more about this seasoning method, you can take a look at this video. It is important for the wok to be well seasoned because you do not want the egg to stick to the surface of the wok. Over the years, I have experimented different ratio of egg to rice in my fried rice. And after a lot of trials and errors, I prefer fried rice with a high ratio for the following reason. Number one is that we really enjoy the eggs in the fried rice. And number two is that the egg provides a good source of protein, so it can make the fried rice into a complete meal on its own. Through flavor chasing, I discovered that I prefer the egg in large enough pieces that I could taste them distinctively in the fried rice. This helped me to determine how much I want to scramble the eggs. As an integral part of the fried rice, the texture of the rice is critical to the flavor of the fried rice. You want the rice to be dried enough so that when you break them apart, they will not stick together. And this gives a much better eating experience when in comparison to the rice are all stuck together and turn into a mushy texture. In order to achieve the ideal texture of the rice in the fried rice, I usually store cooked rice in the refrigerator for up to 48 to 72 hours before I use them to make the fried rice. This will dry out the rice. Also, the best rice to use for making fried rice is to use long grain rice. You can use just regular long grain rice or use jasmine rice. Another rice is also excellent for making fried rice. In my mind, it's probably the best is using something called Basmati rice, which come from the northern part of India, and they are probably the longest grain rice that you can find, and consequently, they have the driest texture. Depending on how you pack the rice for storage, as well as how long they have been stored in the refrigerator, they could be difficult to break up, as shown here. And the best way to break up rice like this is use a kitchen tool known as hamburger meat chopper, which designed originally for break up ground beef when you make chili. Next, I add half cup of chopped Chinese sausages to the rice. The Chinese sausages provide a unique flavor to the fried rice. It gives it a sweetness and also a slightly smoky flavor. I use it as a condiment, and the fried rice also benefit from the oil that are released from the sausages, and it coats the fried rice and gives them a smooth texture. Over the years, I have tried different type of meat add to the fried rice, all the way from shrimp, chicken, ham, bacon, as well as even hot dog. None of them give the same type of flavor and texture that are brought by the Chinese sausages, and you don't need to use very much at all to create the type of flavor that I'm looking for. So this is an example of flavor chasing. Through curiosity, exploration, experimentation, and trials and errors, I have created a fried rice dish that's unique. Only I can cook for myself, because I don't know anybody cook fried rice with Chinese sausages. This is one of the key aspects to make home cooking sustainable, because if nobody could cook this fried rice for me, then I just have to cook it myself. So by this point, the core of the fried rice dish is done. What remains is really, you can call it icing on the cake. I'm going to look for some vegetable to add to this fried rice based on what I have available in my advanced prepping. And one thing I find is that I have some shredded cabbages, which will be perfect for add to the fried rice. So I add about 2.5 cups of shredded cabbage to the rice. In my advanced prepping, I also found some thinly sliced portobello mushroom. It took me about 1 minute to fashion them into small chunks so they will fit well into the fried rice. This demonstrates the practical value of advanced prepping. By having your ingredients all ready to go, it makes cooking this dish quick, simple, and efficient. So for preparing this fried rice dish, the only two things that I have to do in terms of prepping is to dice up the sausages, which I already sliced, and also to dice up the portobello mushroom. And now the dish is done. The last step is to season the dish with my basic seasoning mix, which is a relatively mild seasoning mix, and the goal is to enhance the natural flavor of the ingredients. And this dish is rich in natural flavor. I do not want to add additional salt or using a strong flavoring agent to overpower the natural flavor that are provided by the egg, the Chinese sausages, the cabbages, as well as the portobello mushroom. The total cook time of this dish is a little bit over 11 minutes, and which is not a bad time at all in creating such a complex dish. This dish has excellent flavor, and it is by far the best fried rice dish that I have ever had. Either fried rice dish that I had in a restaurant or fried rice dish that I have tried to cook in the past. And it's the combination of the Chinese sausages together with the vegetables really create a very complex flavor for this dish. And it not only savory, but it also very satiating. This dish also has great nutritional balance with adequate proteins that are provided by the egg and the Chinese sausage, but also a good portion of vegetables are provided by the cabbages and the portobello mushroom. Because the dish is great in savory, it do not require much salt. So from that standpoint, it also adds additional nutritional benefit. I call this dish the perfect fried rice because it is perfect for me and my wife. Because through flavor chasing, I have created this dish match exactly what our taste preference. If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post a video every day to explain and how to implement this cooking system. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.